offer, binato mo yan, wala pong acceptance yan. Unless and of course, yung counter offer is in-accept ng other party as well. Dapat may offer plus acceptance. Okay, so tama, no? Okay, so natutuwa naman ako at masyadong lively yung aking audience. Okay, so nasa pangalawa na tayo. What are the natural elements of a contract? Pag sinabi mong natural elements yan, class, no? Ibig sabihin, dahil both parties entered into that contract, naturally, may mga elementong kasama niyan, kaakibat niyan. Kasi nag-enter kayo sa contract. Okay? So, lagi didiscuss sa mga textbook is your warranty against eviction. Pag sinabing eviction, yung isang property owner matatanggal sa pagmamayari niya or kanyang under custody po yung property na yan. If you are entering into a contract, say for example, deliver sa'yo ang 5,000 apples ni B. Okay? May pupuntang tao, letter C ang pangalan niya, si C, no? Kukunin niya yung apples, no? So sabihin mo sa kanya, ay hindi po pwede kasi ako ay may natural element, which is the warranty against eviction. You cannot therefore evict me for the enjoyment of these 5,000 apples. Why? Kasi warranty against evict. Hindi kanya ma-evict basta. Unless and of course, meron siyang valid reason para ma-evict ka. So that is your warranty against eviction. Okay. When we say warranty against hidden defects, say for example, nag-deliver sa'yo ng horses. Race horses, yung magagamitin mo for Manila Jockey Club sa Santa Ana. Kasi ikaw ay tumataya or better ka sa mga ganyan. Okay? So alam nung kabilang party na you are to use that certain horses, yung mga race horses, to be able na ikaw ay kumita ng pera. Okay? So naturally, dapat ang i-deliver niya sa'yo ay yung mga standard naman. Hindi naman sinasabing below or above ng standard, pero yung dapat is suitable dun sa pangangailangan mo. Kasi given into the account na ikaw po ay nag-communicate earlier on na ikaw ay nag-request ng delivery ng mga race horses. Okay? So, warranty against hidden defects, dapat hindi defective yung ibibigay sa iyo. Okay? So, again, please take note, ang batas, ang sabi po is, hindi siya nagre-require na above standard. Hindi sinasabi ng batas na above standard ang deliver mo. At hindi rin sinasabi ng batas na below standard ang i-deliver mo. Okay? So, dapat yung suitable lang, nasa good lang, nasa tinatawag natin, nasa gitna lang siya. Okay? Also, when you deliver something to a certain person, dapat po ito ay merong tinatawag natin na warranty against hidden defects. Baka mamaya yung dineliver mong horse is wala palang paa. Okay? May mga inhibitory defects na hindi natin alam. So definitely, hindi ma-perform din nung isa yung kanyang gustong mangyari dun sa horse na ipang-re-race niya. So definitely, that is your natural element. Again, natural siya, class. Why? Kasi if you are to enter into a contract, naturally, etong dalawang to nandoon siya. Okay? Hindi siya essential, pero natural siya. Natural kasi kayo ay nag-enter into a contract. And how about the accidental? Okay? Again, additional notes, warranties may be expressed or implied. So, of course, you have your implication, yung ating warranty natin na tinatawag na warranty against eviction and warranty against the latent or hidden defects. So, under yan sa warranties. Okay, accidental elements of a contract. Meaning, hindi siya essential, hindi siya natural, aksidente. Okay, aksidente, why? Because the two parties po is nag-enter into a contract. And as a form of accident, no, may mga pinag-usapan sila na okay, po pwedeng wala or nandoon sa agreement. Say for example, a provision for interest, diba? Nangutang, kasi nga may loan. A loan agreement entered into between A and B, naturally may interest, diba? So kapag hindi napag-usapan or napag-usapan, accidental element yan, class pa din. Okay? Because the parties can actually agree that the effectiveness of the termination of a contract or a single clause is subjected to a future uncertain event. Okay? So, meron tayong tinatawag na provision for penalty, provision for interest. So, that is your accidental elements of a contract. Okay? In particular, a contract of loan, merong interest, may penalty, may other charges. Okay? So, that is your accidental element. Okay. So, contracts and obligations, meron siyang stages. Okay? So, first and foremost is you have the preparation or conception. Some authors would put it as the negotiation stage. Why? Kasi class, under the preparation or conception or the initial stage of the contract, yung isang parties one of the parties is actually contemplating to put into the agreement itong mga terms and conditions. Meaning, nagsisimula pa lang. Okay? Diyan po nagko-contemplate si other party, ay maglagay kaya ako ng provision for interest. Ay maglagay kaya ako ng provision for liquidating damages. Okay? Maglagay din kaya ako dito na non-performance would definitely make the full amount. Okay? O pwede nang kunin or demandable na at once. Okay? So maglagay din kaya ako dito ng provisions na I will be subjected to another type of interest kapag hindi ako nakabayad. Okay? Again, that is your preparation or conception. May contract na ba sa preparation or conception, class? Okay, pwede po tayong sumagot sa chat box. Again, sa first stage ng contract, may contract na ba? Nag-prepare ako ng papel. Nag-draft ako ng provision. May kontrata na ba? Okay, how about the others? Anong sagot? Wala. Why? Tama, Tama si Miss Tardicilia, Rowaring, okay, Tortal. Okay, so the rest of you tama, So wala pa pong agreement, sa number 1, preparation or conception pa lang. Okay. But, kapag nasa number 2 ka na, the perfection or the birth of a contract, class, meron na po tayong tinatawag na contract. Why? Because during that stage, the perfection of or birth of a contract, the both parties po nagkaroon na tinatawag na meeting of the minds. Okay? May isang term si B, may isang term si A, nilagay sa kontrata, nagpirmahan sila. That is a signal na a contract is actually being perfected for the birth of the contract. Okay, next. Consummation or death of a contract. Okay? Some authors would put it as the termination of a contract or the last stage of the contract or whatsoever. Maraming tawag kasi iba't ibang authors ng ating law books. Pag sinabi mong consummation or death, meaning to say that both parties have actually performed their certain obligations or contracts po is actually na-observe na nila from provision 1 to 10. Na-observe na wala na ibang gagawin unless and of course, siguro ay ipakita na lang yung kontrata or itabi na lang yung contract kasi tapos na. Nag-deliver na si A ng 5,000 apples, si B na-receive na yung apple, at the same time nagbayad na ng 5,000 pesos. Okay, so naturally, that is your consummation or death of a contract. Okay, so that is the last stage. At this stage, class, wala na pong gagawin ang parties. Okay, the contract is indeed terminated. Okay.
Review series lang.
So what are the characteristics of a contract? So si contract, tapos na po tayo. Again, rundown lang ng konti. Na-define na natin si contract. Alam na natin yung pagkakaiba niya kay quasi-contract. Alam na rin natin yung kanyang essential, natural, and accidental. So moving forward, meron siyang characteristics. Okay, so some authors would put, 8 yan minsan, 7, 5, 6, yung iba 3 lang, yung iba 2 lang. Okay, so first we have to discuss the freedom to contract. Characteristic na, hindi siya elements. Why? Because they may establish terms and conditions as they may deem convenient. Sino to? So both parties may actually establish terms and conditions as they may deem convenient unless and of course, meron siyang tinatawag pa ring limitation. Why? Because your freedom to contract, class, kung pwede mong ilagay dyan, ang gusto mo, Swarovski crystals ang ilagay sa wedding gown mo, gusto mo 55,000 na Swarovski crystals, wala pong problema dyan. Pero, dapat po, ito ay not contrary to law, morals, customs, and public order. As long as legit, as long as hindi illegal, po pwedeng stipulate ng both parties. Okay. Number 2 is relativity. When we say relativity, it is actually the binding only upon the parties and their successors. Okay. Pamilyar po ba kayo kay res inter alios acta?
Pwede
Okay,
ka
so
mag,
sulat
ano,
ako class, no?
7
Para
ng umaga
ano
hanggang 3.
tayo.
Mm.
Kapag may pasok ka naman, 1, 2,
Okay,
3.
sulat ako ha.
Kunwari ngayon,
Okay.
nauna na.
Mm.
Papasok na
Ay,
kami,
hindi ako
tatapos ng alas
makapag-screen. Okay, wait lang.
Mm.
Pwede ako
So
hanggang
may
alas 5.
tinatawag tayo sa
Huwag lang
batas
daw kami
class kasi
lumagpas
na
ng alas 8.
res
Mga magic,
inter
kapag ang
alios.
anak nyo lumagpas ng alas
Okay.
8,
Anyone
sunduin
po
nyo
na
na.
medyo familiar sa term
Sabi
na
ni
yon?
Ma'am Ting. Kasi nag-meeting lang kasama sila
Okay.
ma'am. Sunduin nyo na mga
Anyone?
mother. Huwag kayong magpapakampante lang sa bahay mo. Yung
May tinatawag kasi tayo
Tapos
na
balasot mag-work immersion. Pero hindi naman down.
res
Hindi,
inter
delikado kasi rin talaga.
alios.
Alam mo sa
Acta.
Marikina na
Okay.
uso yung may sumusunod ng
Basa
sasakyan.
niyo class?
Oo.
Okay.
Hindi,
Check
kahit
niyo yan ha.
maaga.
Okay. Pag sinabi mong res inter alios
Susundan ka
acta,
talaga.
meaning kapag hindi ka concerned, huwag kang gumanap.
Tinala nila
To
lang.
put it bluntly, yun ang ibig sabihin yan. Why? Because res inter alios acta, you cannot actually bound other party who is not a party to your contract. Meaning, no? Kung between A and B, hindi po pwedeng kasama si C.
Nagnakaw
Between
sa
C and B, hindi po pwedeng kasama si E. Pag res inter alios acta class. No? This is actually a doctrine sa law na ibig sabihin lang nun, exclude mo yung other party who is not a party to your contract. Because may tinatawag tayong relativity of a contract. Okay? Sige, wait lang ha, share ko yung meaning.
Magagawan
Wait lang.
kaya?
Hindi gown as in gown na, hindi gown.
Hindi
Para
nga.
siyang gown lang.
Gawin nga
ano,
para
simple
sa
lang.
ospital.
Ay, hindi yun.
Ano ba?
Sa Majestic. Yung sa hospital naman, uniform talaga na blue.
Ay, hindi siya matatype. Wait lang. Sige, wait lang po. Okay, so ibanggit ko na lang. Hindi ko siya may ano kasi. Okay, so res inter alios acta, meaning kapag hindi ka included, huwag kang epal.
Ano ito kay mo
Okay,
ba?
so ganun usually, no? Sa mga millennials, sabi nila, kapag hindi ka concerned, huwag kang gumanap. Yan po yung tinatawag natin yan. No?
Bakit?
So,
Hindi mo
relativity.
magagamit yun daw?
It is actually binding only upon
Hindi
the
ka
parties.
siya.
Okay. Pero, si res inter alios acta class, may exemption. So, every rule meron siyang exemption. Okay? Hindi po pwedeng kayo lang, sabi ng batas. Why? Oh, so, meaning, no? Say, for example, A and B, nangutang ka. Si A, nangutang kay B. Bigay naman si B. Problema, namatay si A. Paano yung utang? So, marires inter alios acta na ba siya? So, definitely, class, meron tayong tinatawag na exception. Okay. So, what would be the exception sa res inter alios acta? May tinatawag tayong mga under the contract of agency. Diba? Si agent mo kasi is acting on behalf of a principal. Meaning to say, alter ego siya ni principal. So definitely, kapag kumangusap ka kay agent, kumakausap ka na rin kay principal. So yan, ano? Doon class, sa situation na yan, si principal as between the principal, your agent, and you, na ikaw yung bibili ng bahay, no? Si agent po is the alter ego of your principal, meaning hindi siya third party. Kasi alter ego nga siya ni principal. Okay, so yan ang exception kay res inter alias acta. Okay? So number 2, okay, yung mga tinatawag nating 4 o 3 contracts. Okay. Chat ko class, no? Hirap pala pag walang wait lang. Okay. Nakababasa niyo po ba? Ayan. Ayan, 4 o 3. Okay? Familiar po ba to? Okay, so pag sinabi mong 4 o 3 contracts classes, the benefit of the contract po is for the third person. Ano-ano yung mga kontratang yun? You have your casual insurance for the benefit of your employee. Kapag ikaw ay employer, meron kang kinukuhang insurance for the safety and for the well-being of your employee. Kapag nagkaroon ng casual accident or mishaps, this insurance would actually compensate yung inyong empleyado. Okay, so that is an stipulation 4 o 3. Okay, so again, the benefit is for the third person. Okay, that is an exemption pa rin, ano? Again, so any other exception? Okay, well, we also have the personal natin na mga obligations na hindi mo po pwedeng i-transfer. Okay, mga personal acts or doings na hindi po pwedeng i-transfer. Ano-ano yun, guys? The rights of a partner sa partnership. Okay, kapag namatay yung partner, ano sabi natin sa law on partnership? Death of a partner means a partnership may be terminated. Pero that is not true sa inyong corporation law. Why? The death of a stockholder would not necessarily mean that the corporation would be terminated or come to an end. Kasi may transferability. Kasi itong ating stockholder probably, bago pa siya mamatay, nagkaroon na siya ng will, na-transfer niya na sa iba or po pwedeng ibenta niya na sa iba. Pero for partnership class, a partner, no, personal yung obligation niya to be a partner sa isang partnership. So that definitely, yan ano, res inter alios acta. Okay. So obligatory force, no, characteristic daw ng contract. Meaning, it constitutes the law as between the parties. Okay? So, ang tinatawag lang natin dyan ay, ang contract is may binding effect sa both parties or sa, kunwari, 3 kayo or 4 kayo, no? Sa lahat ng parties na concerned. Okay? And it must be observed in good faith. So, inaasahan as expected by law that you will be performing the said obligations on time. You will be performing your obligations in good faith. Obligatory force. That is your contract. Also, we have the mutuality to contract. Meaning, the validity and performance can be left to the will of only one of the parties. Cannot be left. Why? Potestative. Okay? May tinatawag tayong potestative conditions. Potestative obligations. Why? Exemption yan, class. Why? Kasi po, ang ating kontrata hindi dapat nakadepende sa kagustuhan or sa bias o sa tinatawag nating convenience ng isang tao lang. So that is your potestative obligation. Kaya lang may mga certain exemptions. Why? Kasi dapat po, dalawang parties ay may say, may karapatan, at dapat silang dalawa is with free will and free choice doon sa kanilang kontrata. That is your mutuality to contract. Hindi po pwedeng one-sided ang kontrata. Hindi po pwedeng isa lang ang magbe-benefit, yung isa is mahaharm. Okay? Mutuality to contract. Parang sa science, no? Mutualism, no? Both parties should be actually benefited dun sa kanilang relationship. Kaya tinatawag na mutuality. Okay. Under Article 1306, the contracting parties may establish such stipulations, clauses, terms, and conditions as they may deem convenient, provided they are not contrary to your law, morals, good customs, public order, or public policy. Okay, so may concern ito sa tinatawag nating object of your contract. Also, may kinalaman na freedom to contract, Article 1306. Why? Because you as a party to that contract may freely stipulate kung anong ilagay mo dyang terms. Say for example, gusto mo ay lahat ng colors ng rainbow nandun sa wedding gown mo. Pwede mong ilagay dyan. Okay? Gusto mo ang designer si Michael Cinco, pwede kahit sino, no? Basta it is not contrary to law, morals, good customs, public order, or public policy. Okay. So, public policy, public order, and law. Magkakaiba yan, class. Okay? So, magkakaiba yan. Basta as long as hindi siya contrary sa public policy, public order, and your law. Under Article 1308, the contract must bind both the contracting parties. Its validity or compliance cannot be left to the will of one of them. That is your mutuality to contract under Article 1308. Meaning, both parties dapat may say. Both parties dapat ay benefited sa kanilang respective obligations or to the contract. Hindi dapat one-sided. Okay? Under Article 1309, the termination of the performance may be left to a third person. Ito na yung sinabi ko kanina, no, example ko earlier on, whose decision shall not be binding unless it has been made known to both the contracting parties. Say for example, A, bilhin mo yung aking property sa San Jose del Monte, Bulacan. Okay, sige, bibilin ko. However, na dumating na yung time, magkano nga pala? Pero nag-agreed na kayo na nabibili ng isa yung property ng isa. Okay, so medyo napakamot kayo ng ulo. Why? Kasi hindi nyo pala napag-usapan ng consideration. So anong gagawin? The determination of the performance may be left to a third person. Anong gagawin nyo? Kukuha kayo ng appraiser. Okay, so this appraiser alone, okay, he or she will be left the determination of the performance po kung magkano ba yung dapat ibayad niya sa iyo or ibayad mo sa kanya. Okay? The decision shall not be binding. Okay? Si appraiser nag-decide, ito dapat ma'am, 10 million po ang dapat ibayad kasi ito po ang property sa Jose del Monte, Bulacan. Masyado na po kasi maraming development at magkakaroon na po ng Channel 7. Okay? So 10 million na po ang property dyan. Okay. So, yung decision nito ni appraiser, it will not be binding kay A and B unless and of course mag-agree pareho si A at si B. Okay. Again, class, no? It can be left to the determination of the third person. However, the determination should be final and can actually be binding kapag ito ay approved ng dalawang parties. Or it is actually made known, alam nila, cognition theory tayo, no? Made known to the parties. Okay. So, what are the forms of contract? So, contracts, sabi nga po ng Article 1356, shall be obligatory in whatever form. It may be written, it may be oral. Kasi nga, in whatever form they may have been entered into, provided all the essential requisites for their validity are actually present. However, when the law requires that a contract to be in some form or in order that it may be valid or enforceable, or that a contract be proved in some certain way, that requirement is absolute and indispensable. Okay, ano-ano yung mga kontrata na sabi ng batas dapat ay formal contracts. Okay, we have your donations of a piece of land. Okay, diba? Pag nagdo-donate ka ng property, real property for that matter, it should appear in a public instrument. Okay, so the requirement is absolute and indispensable, meaning, no, hindi magiging effective yung donation kapag wala yun. In such case, the right of the parties stated in the following article cannot be exercised. Okay, so forms of contract, written, oral. Ma'am, paano po yung mga kontrata sa Divisoria sa 168? That is your oral contracts. Okay, some contracts need to be appearing daw po sa isang written document or printed document such as your real estate, no? Yung mga tinatawag nating donations. Dapat po yan ay formal contract. Okay? Yung authority ng agent. Okay, so may special power of attorney tayo, no? Mga ganyang kontrata. And of course, may tinatawag din tayong principal contracts, accessory contract. Kapag principal contracts, ito yung mismong kontrata. Say for example, the contract of a loan is a principal contract. Ano ang accessory contract ng contract of loan? Okay, kung nakinig kayo dun sa aking obligations last time. If both parties entered into a contract of loan, that is your principal contract, what is the accessory contract? Kapag may loan, necessarily, minsan po ay may pledge. Pledge, accessory contract yan, di ba? Say for example, nagpunta kay Cebuana, pledge mo yung iyong golden ring, wedding ring. Okay, kasi nangungutang ka kay Cebuana. So gusto nila, okay, to guarantee or parang to make sure na ikaw ay magbabayad or talagang babalik pa, you are to pledge your personal property. Diba? So that the pledge po itself is an accessory contract, while the contract of loan is your principal contract. Okay. So, may tinatawag tayong statute of frauds. When we say statute of frauds, that's a legal concept stipulating that certain types of contracts must be executed in writing to be valid. Okay? Meron tayong tinatawag na mnemonics dyan, class. I-apply mo lang yung tinatawag nating my legs. My legs. Okay? So, when the statute of frauds apply, MYLEGS. Okay? So, yan yung mnemonics dyan. Okay? Pag sinabi mong statute of frauds, it's actually a protection against innocent person po na magko-contract as between the party po. Okay, why? Kasi you are required by following the statute of frauds to put it in writing. Say for example, you are to lease a piece of land, rerenta ka, o say for example, upa ka ng bahay more than 1 year. Okay, dapat yan, statute of frauds, dapat in writing. Okay. So, Aside from that, marami pa pong situation or circumstances where statute of frauds is actually being applied. Okay? We have your promises and consideration of marriage. Okay? Promises to answer for debt, duty of another person or yung tinatawag nating guarantees. Also, we have the real property contracts. Real property kasi ito po yung land, buildings, and machinery. Okay? Again, ang notebook ay hindi po real property. Ang libro po ay hindi real property. Sila po ay personal property. When we speak of real property, ito po yung definition na sinabi lamang po sa civil code. Okay? Nasa ilan lang po yung enumerations na yan. Also, we have the contracts that will not be performed within 1 year. Katulad na sinabi ko, pagpapaupa ng bahay. So for example, after 1 year mo pa makukuha yung tinatawag nila na investment, pero magbabayad ka na ngayon. So dapat, it must appear into writing po, dapat printed form din. Contracts that do not be performed or promised source lifetime. Okay, so after pa ng death po ng ating promisor, o pwede. And then the sale of immovables or movable property po in the value of 500. Okay. Kapag ikaw po ay bumili ng libro at nagkakahalaga ng 501 pesos, dapat po may resibo. Okay? Kasi statute of frauds. Kapag ikaw po ay mag-donate ng more than 500 pesos, dapat din po ay may resibo. Okay? Dapat din po ay mag-appear din po sa ating written contract. Okay? Kasi nga, by virtue of your statute of frauds. Okay? Please take note, class, statute of frauds will not apply sa mga non-executory contracts. Will not apply. Why? Executory contracts lamang po ang statute of frauds. Okay? So that is your limitation. Okay, so dapat statute of frauds, dapat daw naka-appear sa instrument, blah blah blah. Why? Because contracts can be further subdivided into different categories. Okay, according to enforceability. Okay, yung una nating classification kanina is that contracts can be divided whether it is a written or oral contract. Okay, another type of category would be a type of contract depending upon the enforceability. So we have your valid contract. Valid because a contract that is legally binding and fully enforceable by the court. Okay? When we say void contracts, ito yung example natin earlier on, that a contract that has no legal effect whatsoever because the contract is void. We also have the voidable contract, or a contract that may be voided or cancelled by one of the parties. We also have your unenforceable contracts, a contract that cannot be upheld by a court because of some rule or law. Okay, so isa-isahin natin yan. Naturally, kapag sinabi mong valid ang isang contract is that meron siyang essential elements. Meron siyang COC. Again, meron siyang COC. Yan yung mnemonics natin, class. Nagiging valid ang isang contract just because it has a consideration, a valid object, and a valid cause. Kaya valid po yung kontrata. Okay? So, hindi siya contrary sa law, sa moral, sa public order, or public policy. In a way, enforceable siya. Check siya. Kumbaga. Okay. A void contract is kapag wala ang isa na essential element. Okay? Meaning walang consent, walang object, walang consideration. Or, nagiging void ang isang contract if it is contrary to your law, morals, public order, or public policy. Void yun, class. Okay? Or, the impossibility of the performance of the said obligation or the contract is legally or physically impossible. Meaning, say for example, no? Legally, kasi ang gusto mong mangyari is the West Philippine Sea, okay, halimbawa, yung mga gano'n, medyo political yung ating question is, okay, maging part ng India. Now, legally, hindi pwede, no? Kasi the West Philippine Sea, yung tinatawag nating South China Sea dati, class, is ours by occupation, okay, and ours by history. Atin daw talaga yan. Okay, so that is legally impossible. And also, may arbitral award na. So atin yan, sa Philippines siya, part of the Philippine territory. So that would be legally impossible if you are to, gawin mong portion ng kontrata is that sa West Philippine Sea, maging part ng India. So legally impossible yan. Physical impossibility. Say for example, gusto mong buhayin ng patay. Physically impossible yan. Okay? Kapag ikaw binuhay mo yung patay, 50 million. Void yan. Okay? Kapag ikaw pinatay mo si B, 30,000 babayad ko sa'yo. Void yan, class. Why? Because contrary to law. Okay. Also, we have the voidable contracts. When we say voidable contracts, a contract that may be voided or cancelled by one of the parties. Okay, please take note, class, ha? Magkaiba po yung tinatawag nating annul at nullified. Pag yung term na annul, gagamitin mo yan sa voidable contracts. Okay? Pag sinabi mong nullification or nullify, gagamitin mo yan saan? Sa void contracts. Okay, please take note, no? Magkaiba po si nullify at magkaiba si annul. Kasi yung iba, akala nila, annulment is nullification. Baliktad po siya. Magkaiba po yan, class, no? Huwag mo po tayong malilito dyan. Okay, voidable. Voidable marriages. Ano ba tong mga ito? Voidable contracts. Ano po ba itong mga ito? A contract is actually voidable if one of the essential elements is actually lacking. Or meron tayong hindi siya lacking. Meron siyang element, however, may vices of consent. Kaya nagiging voidable. See, for example, entered into by a minor. Okay. A minor po is not allowed to enter into a contract daw. Why? Kasi magiging voidable. Kasi unang-una, minor yan eh. Wala siyang consent. However, kapag yan, say for example, nagbayad kayo ng tuition fee. O say for example, kayo ay 17 years old, nagbayad kayo sa ICCT ng tuition fee. O pwede ba yan? Valid ba yung contract na yan? Of course, yes. Why? Kasi necessaries yan. Food, shelter, clothing, bumili ka ng shampoo, bumili ka ng sabon, bumili ka ng toothpaste, bumili ka ng kape, ng Milo, whatsoever, minor ka, valid yung contract na yan. Why? Kasi necessaries yan. Necessary for your sustenance. Ikaw as a minor, pwede kang pagbilhan yan. Okay? Kasi necessaries yan. Okay? Pero absent of which, hindi pwede. Okay? Because minors can only act lang sa pamamagitan ng kanilang guardians or ng kanilang representative. O, inasabi sa batas. Okay. Also, we have the unenforceable contract. Unenforceable contracts. Okay. Again, unenforceable contract is a contract that cannot be upheld by a court because of some rule of law. Unenforceable kasi outside na siya. See, for example, yung agent, binenta niya, pero hindi na yung property na pinabibenta ng principal. Unenforceable na yun. Kasi wala siya authority na ibenta yun. Or, meaning, say for example, no, ang sabi lang kay agent, no, ako si principal, agent A. Okay? Isanla mo yung property ko. However, si agent A, binenta yung property mo. Okay? So that is outside na po or excess na po ng use ng kanyang power. This is actually being given to your agent. Kasi sabi mo kay agent, isang lalang eh, no? Pero ginawa niya, binenta niya. The outside na po rin siya. Okay? Also, yung mga tinatawag natin, ultra vires act of a corporation, unenforceable din yan. Okay. So, types of contract formation. May bilateral and unilateral. Bilateral contract again is a promise for a promise. A unilateral is a promise for an activity or an act. When we say formal, it requires the special form of creation. Say for example, a contract of donation, dapat it must appear in public instrument, lalong-lalo na kapag real properties ang involved. Okay? Personal property, I think may limit, no? So, 5,000 pesos dapat mag-appear na sa public instrument. Okay, informal requires no special form for creation. Okay, napakadami nating informal contracts. Also, we have the express form by words and implied by the conduct of the parties. Okay, bakit express? Kasi it appears in a written instrument it appears in a printed form. Okay? The implied contracts, okay, so yung parties, you can actually reduce by their actions or by deeds or by their silence na sila ay pumapayag dun sa certain contract. Okay, di ba sabi nga nila, silence means no. Diba? Say for example, no, kunwari ikaw yung sa nanay tatay mo, ayaw nila ibenta, pinipilit mo sila, hindi sila sumasagot. So, silence means no. So, yun lang yung class. Okay, moving forward. So, to summarize, meron tayong tinatawag na valid, binding, and enforceable na kontrata. This is actually your defective contracts which you can actually found or counter-check sa ating Civil Code under Articles 1380 to Articles 1422. Okay. We have your rescissible contracts. We have your voidable and unenforceable, and also your void contract. Okay, they're actually arranged class, no? Para hindi po kayo malilito, naka-arrange po yan siya according sa validity. Meaning to say, sa void, lahat po yan ay hindi po pwede. Hindi siya valid, hindi siya binding, hindi siya enforceable. Okay, so explain natin ano. Rescissible contract, voidable contract, unenforceable contract ay valid. Why? Rescissible contract class, no? Subject for rescission lang siya kasi may konting defect lang po dun sa contract. Say for example, no? Yung mga hindi nakapag-deliver or nasa in transit pa lang yung particular product. Rescissible yan. Pwede yan pumasok sa rescission kasi isang party hindi nag-perform ng kanyang obligation. Valid pa rin yung kontrata nyo. However, subject to be rescind or be put into stop pay. Voidable contracts, nagpakasal si minor sa, okay, sa isang adult. Voidable yan. O pwedeng mapawalang visa. However, kailangan i-exercise niya o pawalang visa niya yung kasal niya okay, within that certain period of time na sinasabi ng batas. Okay. Pero, if that minor continues to live with the same adult po no, for a period of 5 or more years, no, mawawala na yung right niya na maghabol para dyan. Okay? And obviously, avoidable po. Ito po ay ini-exercise lamang ng mga aggrieved parties. Hindi ka pupunta sa court dahil ikaw yung hindi na agrabyadong parties. Usually, voidable po, ang nag-bring ng action into the court po is actually the aggrieved parties. Yung minor. Okay? Or yung guardians of the minor. Unenforceable contracts, outside the authority or excess use of authority. Yung sinasabi ko nga kanina, the contract of your agency po, principal and agent. As between the principal and agent, ito lang yung specific terms na inalaw mo as a principal. However, your agent acted, no? Bida-bida si agent, no? More than, sabi lang sa'yo, sabi lang ng agent mo, sabi mo lang sa agent mo, isanla lang yung property. However, your agent, no, dahil masyadong full of energy, binenta yung property. Enforceable yan. So, binding, rescissible is actually binding sa both parties. Voidable is binding also. Unenforceable contracts, hindi siya binding. Okay? Enforceability, rescissible contract can be enforced? Yes. Voidable contracts can be enforced? Yes. For unenforceable, hindi siya po pwedeng enforce. Why? Andito na klaso, unenforceable. Okay? Pag tinanong kayo, are unenforceable contracts subject to enforceability or parang can be enforced? Definitely not. Why? Unenforceable na siya class. No? Lagi lumilitaw yan sa qualifying exam. No? Unenforceable contracts. How about void contracts? Hindi mo siya po pwedeng enforce. Why? Kasi unang-una hindi siya valid and hindi siya binding. Kaya definitely, ang answer mo is X. Okay. So, you can actually memorize this table, no? Pero you can actually analyze mo lang siya. Madali siyang i-analyze, no? Lalong-lalo na sa void. Kasi unang-una, hindi siya valid, hindi siya binding, unenforceable siya or unenforceable siya. So, X lang that. Okay? Pero, with rescissible and voidable, no? Hanggat walang nagrereklamo, valid siya. Hanggat walang person or the aggrieved party will not go into court to nullify or annul the said obligation or the contract class, that remains to be valid. Okay. So what are the parameters? Again, hindi tayo magtatagal ha. Why? Kasi ang defective contracts class, most of the questions sa qualifying exam, nandito sa defective contracts. Most of the questions sa board exam ay nasa defective contracts. Okay, enforceability. A void contract is unenforceable by law. A voidable contract can only be enforced if the aggrieved party says so. Why? Sabi ko nga kanina, yung minor nag-enter, nagpakasal, okay, sa isang adult, okay, legal age na person. Okay? So may enforce yan hanggat hindi nagreklamo si minor. However, may certain number of years lang require si law para ma-void o gawin mong voidable yung marriage. Until and unless that aggrieved party will not go to court in another marriage po, hindi siya magiging hindi siya mawawalang visa kasi that remains to be valid. It is actually enforceable by law. Kasi unang-una, present si essential element. Kasi class may consent. Yun nga lang, vitiated siya. Kaya pumasok sa voidable contract. Why so? Na meron siyang consent. Kasi po, ang consent niya po ay vitiated lang. Kasi po siya ay merong irresistible force. Tinakot siya, siguro probably, no? Tinakot siya physically, may violence, no? Tinutukan siya ng baril. If ever na hindi siya nasagot ng oo, siya po ay papatayin. Okay? So magkaiba rin yung physical force sa psychological force. Kasi when it's psychological force, papasok na yung tinatawag natin dyan na intimidation. Okay? Error, intimidation, duress, or whatsoever, that is your vices of consent. Meaning, may difference yung consent. Kaya naging voidable contract siya. Okay. How about the damages and compensation? For a void contract, no damage and compensation are given. Bakit walang compensation? At hindi ka makakapag-ask for a damage or compensation sa void contract because as if no contract at all kasi nga legally or physically impossible yung contract. Kaya wala kang damage doon. See for example, no, dahil gusto niya, ibigay mo ang araw, ang buwan, at kung ano-ano pa na nasa kalangitan. That is physically impossible. And naturally, void contracts, they produces no damage kasi wala namang na-damage na hindi mo binigay ang araw, ang binigay mo ang buwan, hindi mo yung binigay, wala pong na-damage na tao. Okay? So also, the compensation, no, wala rin po tayong pwedeng hingin na compensation dahil hindi po natuloy or naganap yung performance na in-expect. Okay. For voidable contracts, it can be given if the aggrieved party wishes it. Say for example, yung minor, no? Okay, so nagpunta sa court, then nag-ask ng mga additional damages. Damages class, no? Again, magkaiba yung damage sa damages. Pag damage, ito yung hurt, okay? Yung tinatawag natin injury damage yan. When we speak of damages, we are referring to moral, exemplary, nominal, temperate, actual, and liquidating damages. Magkaiba po si damage na walang S at si damages na may S. Okay? At iba rin po yung tinatawag nating injury at iba rin po yung damage. Okay? Kapag ikaw ay person, natural person, ikaw po ay nai-injure. Hindi ka po na-damage. Why? Kasi ang na-damage po is property. Again, wala po tayong isang may mga nakikita ko po sa na-damage or damage na daw po sila. So, dapat injury yan class. No? If you are to post it on Instagram, dapat injured. Okay? No? Hindi damage kasi hindi ka bagay. Tao po tayo. Okay. So, voidable contracts can be given if the aggrieved party wishes for it. Okay. Kung hindi niya wish, edi walang i-award si court. Okay. For a valid contract, damages and compensation will be paid if a breach of contract takes place. Ano po ba yung breach of contract? Okay. If both parties po, or one of the parties, hindi sinunod yung obligations nila doon sa kanilang terms and conditions, hindi nag-make ng payment or nag-exit ka agad without even fulfilling the said obligation, meron tayong tinatawag na breach of contract, which is actually an actionable wrong. Pwede ka pong magdemanda kapag may breach of contract. Okay, so valid contract, pwede ka pong mag-go. Kapag nagkaso ka, mababayaran ka po ng damages. Okay, again, damages is your moral damage. Kasi nagkaroon ka ng sleepless nights, hindi ka nakatulog sa gabi. Nagkaroon ka ng wounded feelings. Nagkaroon ka ng moral shock.